As the field battle begins, before the melee forces have even had the chance to engage each other, the archers and artillery are already drawing blood. Archers and siege engines can have between 1 and 3 free shots, depending on their type and upgrade. The archers always engage the enemy front line first, while the siege engines spread their damage over all opposing forces. When the front lines clash, attackers and defenders flank and center fight against each other. At this point, army composition is crucial, as well as the choice of formation. Cavalry, spearmen, and swordsmen are strong against particular units, but each one of them has a counter unit. Even a small amount of counter units can easily overpower a force of superior numbers. When an opposing flank or center falls, the reserve is called in, filling the gap in the front line. If this reserve gets overwhelmed as well, the opposing victorious soldiers can move on to tackle the archers' lines. Since archers are not suitable for hand-to-hand combat, they're likely to be quickly dispatched. When that occurs, the forces that have broken through will assault the closest frontline enemy division. Since they flank the foe, they receive a 20% bonus to their attack power. When attackers or defenders' front line and archery lines get annihilated, the opposing forces will move on to destroy the artillery. Note that while siege engines may still inflict some damage on enemy troops, the winning infantry will no longer run away, even if its morale drops to a critical level. When one of the players has no more remaining units to fight, the field battle ends with a victory for the opponent. At that point, depending on the technologies and the general skills, both players may recover a percentage of their losses and gain military points. If the enemy has a holding to defend, the fortress siege will begin. Fortresses are mighty fortifications, and they only grow more resilient with each level. Attacking one requires a proper preparation. Again, successful spy infiltration can make a big difference. Rules of fortress siege differ from rules of field battle. Most importantly, the invader's front line is composed only of swordsmen and spearmen. Cavalry cannot storm the fortress walls. Also, the infantry ranks are joined by the battering rams, should the invader has brought any. Only a set number of infantry and rams can attack the fortress at a time, while the rest will wait in reserve, replacing the besiegers' losses in each round. Still, most efficient at bringing down a fortress are the siege engines at the back. There better be plenty of those brought for the fight when attacking a heavily fortified city, or the invading troops will soon be ingloriously routed. While sieging army is battering down the fortress walls, the enemy forces retaliate. At that point, only garrisoned archers and siege engines can shoot at the enemy. The archers engage with an attack bonus, so even in small numbers, they should not be underestimated. The defender can make use of several fortress upgrades to wear the invaders down. The moat, for example, diminishes the troops' health, while additional curtain walls add to the fortress strength. Most dangerous by far are the towers, acting similarly to stationary ballistae. They can devastate the attacker's ranks if not dealt with quickly. Finally, when the fortress falls, the two armies clash in melee combat. They fight in conjoined battle lines instead of flanks and center, and some units are adversely affected, such as cavalry not getting its charge bonus, or phalanx fighting less efficiently. But interactions between the separate unit types remain otherwise unchanged. When one of the opposing forces is completely destroyed, the fortress siege is over. And there comes the point where the victor and the defeated are decided. And this result is never decided by luck, but by the player's military skills, planning, and well